If you watch this video carefully, you will discover the three most common sources of stress and procrastination. I call them flow killers. And you will learn how to deal with them decisively so you can restore your sense of flow anytime you lose it. And I'll show you a planning tool specifically designed to keep you in the flow. Have you ever sat down to start your workday and you just couldn't focus? Maybe you had 4 or 5 projects going and you weren't sure which one to work on. And maybe you also had car trouble, needed to come up with a wedding toast by the weekend, and had an old friend roll into town wanting to spend time with you. That's flow killer number one. Too many things going on in your head. Okay, how about this? Have you ever been working on a project, marking stuff off on your to-do list, and then one of the items contained a surprise? Perhaps one item on your list was to send out an autoresponder message to your email list, but when you went to log in to your autoresponder service, you found you couldn't remember your password. So you requested a reminder, and then you couldn't remember which email account was on file. So you searched all of your email accounts looking for the reminder, and there was nothing. So you went and whitelisted the autoresponder's email address in all your email accounts, and finally the message came, and you were able to log in. However, now you couldn't remember the flow of the message you were trying to send out. You had it in your head, but now it's gone. That's flow killer number two. Unexpected complications. And sometimes the complications will keep expanding as you try to solve them, like a bad dream. And when unexpected complications show up, often you wind up either asking yourself, now where was I after an hour? Or you keep track in your head for all those spots where you have to go off the trail, which burns through neurochemicals like crazy, leaving you mentally exhausted after an hour or so. Or how about this? Have you ever sat down to work on a project only to find that you have absolutely no enthusiasm for working on it? That's flow killer number three. That why don't I feel like working on this right now feeling. And it often leads to procrastination. It's inexplicable sometimes. We have something we want to accomplish. It will deliver great benefits if we get it done, but we find ourselves cleaning our office or playing solitaire on the computer instead of working on it. Those three flow killers, too many things in our heads, unexpected complications, and that why don't I feel like working on this right now feeling, waste a lot of time, create lots of bad feelings, and slash our productivity. And that's not all. In all likelihood, these three flow killers are going to get worse and worse over the coming years. The reason is complexity. Complexity is the primary cause of all three flow killers, and complexity is increasing every year faster than ever. Some estimate the complexity of the world is more than doubling every 10 years right now. No generation has ever had to deal with as much complexity as we deal with today, and it will continue to get worse and worse, faster and faster. And if you don't have an effective way to deal with these things, you will soon experience even more stress than you do now, and even less productivity. Okay, so how do you deal decisively with all three flow killers so you can get more done with less stress over the coming years of increasing complexity? Here's how. First, flow killer number one. When you feel overwhelmed, you have to capture everything that's floating around in your mind or your inbox and process it so you have confidence that you won't lose anything and you no longer have to keep it in your mind. Flow killer number two. When you encounter an unforeseen complication, you need to put the complication into your plan as an additional subtask of the task you are working on and break it down into actionable steps. And since the unexpected complication might lead to even more unexpected complications, you need to be ready and able to repeat this process if needed until the whole ugly thing gets into your plan. Using this procedure makes it so you don't have to keep your place in your head, and you can simply mark things off in a linear manner again. It also helps you show your boss why it took you twice as long as planned to finish the project. Flow killer number three. Whenever you find yourself asking, why do I not feel like working on this right now? You need to do two things. You need to break down the task further to get clarity about how to do it, and you need to go up a couple levels in your plan to get clear about why you have to do it. And this might mean you need to rework your overall plan a little bit. There's reason to believe that procrastination is actually good for us. It's there to slow us down. It's our brain's way of saying, hey, are you sure you can even do this thing? And that it will fit well with everything else you have to do? Unfortunately, our brains don't usually tell us why it's slowing us down. It just gives us that uneasy feeling that makes us not feel like working on the task at hand. However, most of the time, I've found that if I ask those two questions, how do I do this task and why am I doing it, my brain gets the clarity it needs and lets me work with freedom and oomph again. So this all suggests a very simple productivity system consisting of only 4 habits. 1. Do stuff in your plan and mark it off. 2. If you have too many things going on in your mind or in your inbox, process them and clear your mind. Number 3. If you encounter an unforeseen complication, plan it quickly as a sub-project of the project you are working on. 4. If you find yourself procrastinating on a task or project, break down your task further and make sure it fits in with the other parts of your plan. That's it. Unfortunately, it's very hard to find a planning tool that helps you practice all 4 habits naturally and effectively. And it's really hard to find one that will continue to be effective no matter how complex the world continues to get. That's because such a tool needs the following 3 features. First, it must be truly fractal, able to expand to any depth so you can break things down further anytime you get stuck. Second, it must help you focus without distraction on the parts of your plan you need to focus on right now. And third, it must have an intuitive interface that allows you to plan as fast as you think. In early 2010, I looked hard for a planning tool that would fit the bill and came up empty. And that's why I developed the Fractal Planner, first for myself and now for the rest of the world. I will now demonstrate how the Fractal Planner allows you to deal decisively with the 3 main flow killers. Here's how it helps you clear your mind when you have too much going on in your mind. The Fractal Planner has a clear mind wizard. You just dump everything out of your mind and then put it in your plan. Then you go back to work. Second, here's how it helps you deal with unexpected complications. The Fractal Planner allows you to continue breaking down tasks to any level. You don't have to know ahead of time all the details. You can keep adding to your plan as you naturally discover how big it actually is. And the interface keeps up with your brain because it uses text-based entry to capture tasks. 1 task per line, and you can even use 1 level of indentation to get your tasks into your plan lickety-split. Third, here's how it helps you deal with procrastination. The Fractal Planner allows you to very quickly get clarity about both how to do your tasks and why you are doing them. It helps you know how to do the task by allowing you to continue breaking down tasks to any level as you're working. And it helps you get clarity about why you're doing them by allowing you to zoom up a level or 2 and make sure your current task actually fits well with your overall goals. If things are unclear, you can rename things, rearrange things, and replan things as needed. Then you can start working again with confidence. Also, the Fractal Planner is very natural, smooth, and intuitive. There's the text-based entry, which allows you to enter all of your tasks at once so you can plan as fast as you think. There's the batch marking features, which allows you to mark things off without having to navigate through complicated menu structures first. And there are stock procedures, which allow you to add complex projects you've done before with the click of a button. And if you're already following one of the excellent productivity systems out there, like David Allen's Getting Things Done, Eben Pagan's Wake Up Productive, Tony Robbins' Time of Your Life, Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, or nearly any other system, I think you'll be amazed at how well it fits right in with what you're already doing. And, in all likelihood, it will make those systems feel even more intuitive and easy to follow. Fractal Planner is just $9.95 a month. You can sign up today. You may cancel at any time. Give it a go. I guarantee it will make your productivity go up and your stress go down. Just click on the orange Add to Cart button to the right and start taming complexity and restoring your sense of flow today.